Deron Williams has one of the biggest falls off from grace in NBA career. Many people 7 to 10 years ago were debating who was better, Chris Paul or Deron Williams. Williams is arguably one of the best point guards in the league at that time. Currently, CP3 is having an all-star season with the Houston Rockets, and Deron Williams is without an NBA team. The question is, what happened? He last played in June 2017 in the NBA Finals. In 2005, Deron Williams was selected 3rd overall by the Utah Jazz in the NBA draft, and he was off to a good start. In his rookie year, Williams averaged 10.8 points, 4.5 assists, while shooting 42% from the field and 41% from 3. He was selected to an all-rookie first team from 2007 to 2011. Deron Williams averaged 19 points, 10 assists, and 1 steal. Williams was also a 3-time All-Star from 2010 to 2012. Many people were saying that you can build a team around Williams and lead them to a possible championship. His last go-around. Williams was one of the worst performances in 2017 NBA Finals. While averaging 12 minutes, Williams averaged a terrible 1 point, 1 assist a game. He scored 0 points in the game 1 through 4. He shot 2 from 16 from the field from the entire series and 1 of 10 from there. He was only 31 years old, which is really a reasonable age. Most of the NBA stars at 31 are very solid players and not really out of their prime, but Williams was playing like he was in his mid to late 30s. There can be many reasons for his major downfall. One reason could be for slightly overweight. In the 2012 Summer Olympics, Williams was in Team USA and rumored to be around 220 pounds. That was about 10 to 15 pounds over his ideal weight, which could have started his downfall. Another is that he could have handled his playing in big market. Williams was traded to New Jersey Nets / Brooklyn Nets 2011 after spending his first few years in Utah. This is of course a small market. At the time, the Nets were preparing to move Brooklyn. They were also a major presser for them to win a championship after acquiring Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett in 2013. The team of Williams, Joe Johnson, Brook Lopez, Garnett, Pierce had insane amount of pressure to knock off the Miami Heat expectations of Williams' shoulder, and maybe Williams could handle his bright lights of New York. The Nets also went through a lot of coaching changes, which probably didn't help Williams from 2011 to 15. The Williams tenure with the Nets, the team changed the coaches 4 times. It started with Avery Johnson, P.J. Coleman, the next Jason Kidd, and Lionel Hollins. Williams did sustain a lot of injuries in his career, which can take a toll on anybody's career, as they could have been a factor as well. Deron Williams, he was an all-star at one point, and now he's out of the league. Nobody wants him. He had a bad NBA Finals. He played terrible. He played very bad in the finals. He didn't help LeBron at all. The Cavs tried to pick him up, and he did nothing. And his fall-off could be him gaining overweight. He was overweight. He was 220 pounds, a point guard, 220 pounds. Wow, that's unacceptable. That's just sad. Deron Williams was a superstar at one point. He was getting compared to Chris Paul, the likes of Chris Paul. He was getting compared to Chris Paul. He was a superstar. He was one of the best point guards in the league. He could have been the first best point guard in the league, like Jeremy Lin. I did a video on him. Make sure you check that out. But that's what happened to Deron Williams, and he is out of the NBA, and his career might be over. Please leave a like, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.